Hey y'all, hey, welcome to a Saturday Suds on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. And what I've got for you today is something from the Southern Tier Brewing Company. Southern Tier is out of Lakewood, New York. And I have had a couple of Southern Tier's brews, and the way I got them was through a beer club that I was in. Now, when I first joined a beer club, I can't remember exactly what the name of it was or whatever, but it was pretty cool, man. They sent me 12 beers, 2 beers of the same kind, and 3 different kinds from 2 different breweries. So I got 12 beers, basically 6 different beers, 3 from each brewery, and I had 2 of each of them. Anyway, I was really enjoying that, and I noticed that they started sending me beer that was out of date, and that kind of disappointed me a little bit, so I discontinued them. What I've got for you today from Southern Tier, it has a best by date of June 12th, 2026. So this is good for another year almost. It is a Warlock Imperial Pumpkin Stout at an 8.6% ABV. I told y'all earlier this week I had a couple of stouts to finish up the week with. It is unusual to have the date printed on the label. A lot of times these beer companies will print the date on the neck with just some lighter colored ink or whatever, but Southern Tier actually printed on the label the best by date, and I appreciate that. Now, I am not a big pumpkin fan. I'm not, pumpkin pie, whatever, I can take it or leave it. I just don't really care. Everybody goes crazy over pumpkin in the fall and everything, whatever. I don't really care. It doesn't, one way or another, it's not a big deal. I'm just not a big pumpkin fan. So, I've seen pumpkin stouts around. It seems like I've tried a couple in the past, and it really doesn't taste like pumpkin, I don't think. And a lot of stouts are like that, like milk stout. It don't taste like milk. There's different stuff like that. Breakfast stout, I mean, it doesn't really taste like oatmeal. Oatmeal breakfast stout. I mean, so stuff like that. So I picked this up because I'd never seen it before. Even though I'm not big on pumpkin and stuff, I thought it was cool to be able to get a New York brew down here in Tennessee. And I got this at a liquor store. And it's got a good date on it, so what the heck, let's try it. Alright, so, got my handy dandy bottle opener. We'll press it down, good and tight, and pop, well shoot, magnet didn't hold it, popped right off on me. Southern Tier Brewing Company. Goes the airplane. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, reverse cascading going on for sure. Damn, that plane's loud. We've got an airport, y'all, that how the crow flies or whatever, it's probably about 3 miles from my house. Maybe 4. A lot of head and it's lingering. Pretty dark brew. Oh my goodness. Alright, so it don't say on here, this is ale brewed with pumpkin and natural flavor added is what it says. Government warning, all that kind of good garbage. That's it. That's all it really says on there. But that aroma doesn't necessarily smell like pumpkin. It smells like pumpkin spice to me. When people got the pumpkin spice tea or whatever in the hell, during autumn, I really don't give a crap about that. But that's the aroma I'm getting off the head of this thing. Frankly, I'm not a real big fan of it. But we're going to get to taste this head and see what it's like. It's like pumpkin spice. That's what it tastes like. It's not my favorite thing, just to be honest. I'm just not a big pumpkin fan. It does have a nice bitterness, but alright, so this is hard to describe. It's got a nice bitterness to it, but it's like a sticky, hang around bitterness. Instead of, you experience it and then move on. This is kind of lingering. The bitterness is kind of lingering, and the more it lingers, the less I like it, put it that way. Kind of a sticky bitterness, kind of strange. As far as the initial sip on the head where it tastes like pumpkin spice, it's not really, nothing wrong with it. It's just not I'm just not big on it, y'all. It's just not my favorite thing. And that's the reason I usually don't get pumpkin stouts, because I didn't really figure it tastes much like pumpkin, but this one freaking does. Pumpkin spice for sure. And almost to the point that I just don't like it. It's almost to the point where it's too much. It's an Imperial Pumpkin Stout. That's what it says. 8.6% ABV. It's got a cool looking bottle. Warlock. A pretty cool looking bottle. And the beer itself is beautiful. I love the fact that we got a 3-finger head on top of maybe a 5, at least a 5, maybe 6-finger body on that thing, and it's just lingering. Of course, I can't smell it anymore because I'd already taken the taste of it, but yeah, that's just a strong pumpkin spice flavor. If you like that, man, you'll love this right here. It's not my favorite thing, y'all. It's okay, but it's just not something I really care for. Whew, strong. Flavor's strong, y'all. The pumpkin spice flavor is very strong to me. It might seem milder to some of you, but that lingering, pasty, sticky bitterness just makes it not very pleasant to me. I like bitterness in beer, but this is just, I don't know. Is there something about it that after a while it's just not so good? Because I don't know, it sticks around too long something. It's got the whatever. Alright, so we're gonna try to drink this beer here. This Warlock at an 8.6% ABV, yeah. From the Southern Tier Brewing Company out of New York. This is for all American workers. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do to provide for yourselves, your families, and pay your own damn way, just like I do. Cheers, brothers and sisters. Alright. It's kind of scared of it, but the body of the brew is a heck of a lot better than the head, in my opinion, y'all. The head was really strong with that pumpkin spice flavor. It's really bitter. That I don't mind bitterness, but it was a lingering type of sticky bitter that wasn't very good. The body itself, much more pleasant. The body of it is decent. It still has a little bit of that pumpkin spice flavor, but it's not overbearing and over bitter and lingering like it was in the head. The body is more pumpkin pie-ish, mildly, if that makes any sense. It's more, where the head I was just getting pumpkin spice flavor and bitterness and lingering. The body, you get just a mild pumpkin spice and more of a pumpkin pie type flavor than a pumpkin spice. Just kind of how it is in a pumpkin pie. It's not over strong or anything. I mean, it's kind of almost a neutral flavor with just a little bit of pumpkin spice. That's what I'm getting out of the body, and it's decent. It's still not my favorite thing. I'm just not that much into pumpkin, but it's a lot more tolerable than the head was. And of course, a lot of y'all don't pour head on beer anyway, so it won't make any damn difference. A lot of y'all don't like a head on a beer, don't like to experience a head. This is one of the few times I've regretted experiencing the head on a beer, because it just wasn't very pleasant. And the beer itself is decent. I always like to test the head, especially on different beers I've never heard of. A lot of times there'll be a different flavor, different aroma coming off of them. And this one definitely had it, flavor and aroma, but the flavor wasn't very good for me, which is rare. Most of the time, I'm A-okay with the flavor of the head on beer, and sometimes I like it better than the beer itself. Today's not the case. The stout itself is decent. It's still not my thing, and because it's not my thing, I'm going to score it a B. Some of y'all, if you really into pumpkin spice and stuff like that, y'all will score it a lot higher than I will. I'm saying it's a decent brew. I got flies messing with my legs down here. I'm saying it's a decent brew. It's just not my thing. If it was, I'd probably score it an A, but because it's not, to me, it's a B brew. It's decent flavored for what it is. I'm going to score it a B. And if you like pumpkin stouts, if you like that kind of pumpkin spice type flavor and stuff like that, you will like this stout. The beer itself is not overbearing. The head was, but the beer itself is not. So if you like that kind of thing, you will dig this at an 8.6% ABV. Give it a shot if you ain't never, if you're into that kind of thing. Warlock Imperial Pumpkin Stout from Southern Tier Brewing Company out of New York. Lakewood, New York. Right? Yeah. Alright, y'all. That's been a Saturday Suds this week. I'll be back next week for a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. I love appreciate y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Take care. Cheers. I'm not going to kill that. It's too heavy.